Oh my God. So Trump went and praised Allah on Easter. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open and straight. On Easter. Oh my God. So, 48 hours, 96 hours. You crazy, you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. President Donald J. Where does this... I don't know where this comes from, man. I really don't. And it's actually impressive. The context, yeah, I guess so. So he's gonna bomb all of the bridges and power plants if they don't open the strait. Oh my God. Well, I think was this on your bingo card? So, okay, give me a minute. I'm gonna see if I can find something.
This lady posted this on X yesterday. Breaking: former US President Barack Obama. We cannot launch military operations to get out of an ideological or technological problem. History has taught us that conflicts in the Middle East are easy to start, but almost impossible to end in an orderly way. We must recognize that peace is not built on rubber, but on a regional architecture that provides stability. We must choose between difficult and persistent diplomacy or a perpetual regional that has no winner, only victims. I don't know if this is actually coming from Obama or because these Democrats just like to always create things like these.
Multiple members of Congress have now come out and demanded that Donald Trump be removed from office via the 25th Amendment. And this is all in connection to Trump's unhinged Easter Day post. Senator Chris Murphy, a Democrat from Connecticut, said, "If I were in Trump's cabinet, I would spend Easter calling constitutional lawyers about the 25th Amendment. This is completely, utterly unhinged, thousands more." Representative Melanie Stansberry said, "The emperor has no clothes. Time for the 25th Amendment. Congress and the cabinet must act." Congresswoman Ansari said the 25th Amendment exists for a reason. The President of the United States is a deranged lunatic and a national security threat to our country and the rest of the world. And there are actually more members of Congress who have called for it directly or said something similar, because we can all recognize that Donald Trump is absolutely a threat to not only the United States and our safety and our stability here at home, but countries around the world as well. Trump has got to go. He must be removed from office. It's been a year and things are collapsing. We cannot do another 3 years of this.
This is not all. Their meltdown about that post can't even stop. Watching CNN, they had a whole segment about it. If you take a look at what Trump actually put out, it has triggered Democrats to that level that they're now calling that he should be removed in office. What this guy said here is actually what I've seen on social media. A lot of tweets that they have sent out calling for Trump removal. It get crazy at some point that
Trump is now telling Iran exactly when we're going to strike. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, like he's premiering a new TV series. This man is not well, and if he is actually giving away the time the United States is expected to strike Iranian infrastructure, because he posted this earlier this morning saying that Tuesday was the day we were going to go after all of the Iranian bridges and power plants. And then he just posted the time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Can you imagine if any other president gave away the exact targets and time that the US military was apparently ready to strike something? Like, are you kidding? Let alone Joe Biden or Barack Obama getting up on the internet and saying it. Could you imagine? I want you to go way back in time now. Can you imagine if George W. Bush got up on MySpace and did a little post and said, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time is when we're gonna cross that border from Kuwait into Iraq? Can you imagine? Imagine. I mean, seriously, this man is now a threat, a clear and present threat to the safety and security of our armed forces, let alone the American people.
Escalate.
Bill, you've always been someone who speaks softly and carries a big stick. This is not how you negotiate things, in my experience covering you.
Yeah, and that's my personal. But this is also the first fought in this age of social media with this president. I think he does things very differently. I think he does things in his own way, different than Biden, different than Obama. And I think we're seeing this playing out this morning.
You know what the irony in all of this is that Iran has shown its capabilities in two ways where the United States is unfortunately catching up. One is images of the American Army generals and military people who have also lost their jobs at this time. So the way this looks out in the public is not a United States that is locked and loaded and working in one direction.
Do you think that the Iranians would rather have their entire Navy back or their memes?
Oh, I think
I mean, come on.
you know, when we're talking
we have
about
destroyed 13,000
I think
military targets,
and this is a big distinction, is that we're fighting the war land, so they have a say. If they survive, that's a win for them. That's it. So their stakes are so much higher, but they have to do so much less to be able to maintain some kind of credibility. Second, that's the Iranian regime I'm talking about. The people of Iran, even back to George Bush, have suffered. They have always had sanctions on them. They just want some relief. And President Trump started this whole thing by saying, this is your time. Now you can come and take over your government. And now they're losing electricity. They're losing civilian bridges. They're losing clean water. I mean, this is nobody, United States or the regime, is helping the people of Iran.
Final word, Scott?
Internet propaganda, which is something actually the Iranians have been known for and influencing. And so they had, you know, for all of our talk pushing out through multiple channels around the world.
Yes, Hakeem Jeffrey posted this disgusting and unhinged Easter message from Donald Trump. Something is really wrong with this guy. Thank you for your attention to this matter. When you go down on this tweet, Tuesday will be a power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like this. Open straight, you crazy B1. You will be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah, President Donald J. Trump. This single tweet is causing a lot of problems everywhere on social media. If you check TikTok, everywhere, you will see a lot of these people, you know, reacting to this.
If your children are watching, be warned, the president did not use polite language.
We're back with more breaking news and more updates. So breaking, an hour after announcing his resignation, the U.S. Army Chief of Staff says a madman will lead the great U.S. military to ruin. I hope this speaks volumes for everybody. And I have something like this quote right here that's going to piss off a lot of Christians. Trump called God bringing the Hebrews out of slavery in Egypt an amazing period of time and compared it to the United States under his presidency. To compare the Hebrews and a lot of Egyptians, because it wasn't just the Hebrews, there were Egyptians as well that chose to go with the Hebrews to lead them out of the slavery that they were under. And another thing, it's kind of strange to call it a slavery when in fact the Hebrews that lived in Egypt, and this is true.
It's our job to tell which are the jokes and which are the things that are just part of his sometimes batshit agenda.
So I get suspicious when anybody, whether it's
no one should be above scrutiny.
I think that Whoopi Goldberg, you might want to think.
Listen to their whole testimony? Because I do.
Yes, I do.
Don't use it as a platform to make a political speech. You're in no position to lecture the public about people.
A person's home, it's very easy to understand.
When I look at that video, I don't see both sides in a dogmatic.
The Golden Globe for Best Editing goes to the Justice Department.
This is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
Yes. Of course, this is for the mother.
Babies are upstairs watching. Y'all better be up them damn phones and watching me.
Thank you, everyone. I'm a little in shock about that Maduro.
Let your hatred and sit this one out.
Well, these guys. And
there you go.
$1,500.
Let's see if they get the.
Well,
I want to see them get it.
MAGA's going to break up because of Donald Trump's criticism of Robin.
Can sit at either place. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
You and your husband were friends.
Everybody knew that wasn't true.
A dangerous relative as a likely suspect. A tip that led to her brother Nick. Rob Reiner and Nick had a heated argument the night before at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party, being back on his own. In one instance,
she said,
We should have said nothing.
The United States to take this family tragedy in which the president had made no comment.
When
People ought to have.
Yes.
Absolute horror. Hi, Mel Gibson. I'm in Italy.
There is a quota system.
This is my 6th and last year hosting the Grammys. Song of the Year. Congratulations, Billie Eilish.
New York rent is crushing people.
This is why people vote Democrat.